Hello guys, this is SRINIVAS, the developer from the developer channel. Today we are going to solve the SKIDMARK Daily challenge of 3rd June 2021. Alphabet matrix minimum sum path. Here this is the program must accept a matrix of size R cross C only containing alphabet as input. Each alphabet has a weight which is equal to the position of the alphabet in English alphabet set. The position of two cells x1 and y1, x2, y2 is passed in the matrix, also passed as an input. The program must find the minimum sum of the weight of the alphabets in the path between the given two cells, both inclusive, right? The path must be formed based on the following condition. Only horizontal and vertical movements are allowed. If two cells are present in the same row, then the two cells must be connected directly, else the two cells must be connected by the path which has the exactly change in one direction. Like we can move like this and this. Okay, let me draw with my pencil. With one direction change, right? So we can either move in this direction and this direction, or else we can move this direction and this direction. This would be kind of both sides. Like we can also move from this and this and this and this, like that, but we can't move something like Z pattern or like zigzag, something like that. Oops, it seems like something. Okay, here they have given a 4 class 5 matrix. These are the alphabets. Both lower and upper cases are included, but we just need a position, right? So we don't have to worry about that. Here this is the input given as x1 and y1, x2 and y2, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. This is the starting point, and this is the end point. These things are in same direction, so we just add this L Z A P just like that, which will give you the output of 55. But in this case we have 1131, right? So this is the 11 and this is the 33. So we can traverse in this order or in this order. We have to print the minimum value, right? So for that we need J, P, T, O and S. Both are inclusive, right? So here is the value for J is nothing but 10, plus for P, where is it? 16, right? 16 plus 40, it's something called 20, plus for O it's 15, plus for S we have 19. So if you add those values, it will give you 31, 50, 60, 80. So if we add this path, we got 80. So if we add just for J, V, P, H, S, we will get 75, I guess. That's the minimum value. So that's printed. Yeah, I have forgotten to mention, we have to print the minimum sum, not the maximum sum. Okay guys, enough for the explanation. We'll see in a programmatical way. Where is my ideally? Yeah, here it is. R comma C for row and column size. Of in comma input, that split and I have mentioned the size as 4 comma 5, which is nothing but the first input, I guess. Yeah, 4 comma 5. Let me copy my sample inputs, and here is the list. Input dot lower dot split. As I have mentioned, they have included both cases, but we don't need the case conversion, right? Because it will kind of hard to make or find the position. Input dot lower dot split off. This should be run for r times, right? For I in range of 4, or we can do for I in star r, and I pass the input. That's it. It will store the inputs as a lowercase value. Yeah, and we have to get the start index and end index, right? Instead of using x1 and y1, I am just using xs and ys, which is nothing but start point equal to map of lambda x is to x minus 1, because they have given a in a position order, right? This is 2, which is nothing but first index. This 2, this 5 represent the fourth index. Just to get rid of this int of minus 1 comma input dot split. Oops. Oh, I have to pass the input. I have forgotten that. 2 comma 2, I guess. Yeah. And I'm going to do the same thing for. Okay, this time I will use the traditional way. Xe y equal to map of in comma input dot split, and I have to specify 2 comma 5, and then I have to use xe comma ye equal to xe minus 1 and ye minus 1. We don't need this line, right? So for just to get rid of this line, I have used this lambda function, because it's always good to short things, right? That's why we got all the inputs. Now we have to perform something called the main operation. For that I need vertical and horizontal. V means for vertical, H for horizontal. This is nothing but the order, like order of traversing from this direction and this direction. And then I need a horizontal and vertical also. For that I need 2 iterators, which is nothing but ij. This will store the x's and y's value, while here, have you seen this one? This is not in a random, this is in a random order. Here this is 2 comma 5 and 2 comma 2, which is nothing but starting is higher than the lower one, or the end index. Here starting is lesser than the end index. So we don't know, or we can't able to use a condition like I smaller than xe or I greater than xe, because it's random. So I'm just using I not equal to xc. First I'm using I, right? So it will iterate in this direction. So vh equal to list of vh dot append of l of inj I plus equal to positive 1 if I smaller than xe, else I plus equal to minus 1. So if the I value is lesser than the xe, it will increment I value up to xe. if I value is greater than the XE, it will decrement I value till XE. Here we got something. Okay, VH, right? We got nothing because the both index are matching. Starting and ending are matching, so we don't have to worry about it. Now we have to traverse for the J. I'm just copying the same thing. Instead of I, I'm just replacing J, and instead of XE, I'm replacing YE. This should be the same. XE will be replaced as YE, and I will be replaced as J. That's it. So if I get the output for this, we got LZA, which is nothing but this one, L, Z and A. We are missing with the P, right? So for that I am just appending VH dot append of L of I and J, because at this point J will be equal to YE. So we got P also, but we need this as a weight, right? Then only we can calculate the sum. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repeat the same process, but with little modification. Instead of storing this normal value, I'm going to use ORD of minus ORD of small a, because I have changed all the values as lower, so it's just enough to use minus a. But reason I'm specifying +1 is a minus a will give you 0, right? But for a we need 1, that's why. So a minus a plus 1 will give you 1. So if I get that, we got nothing, that for sure. Yeah, because the both I and XE are same. Here also I have to change this thing. I know it will make you mad because you can't do copy paste on that platform. VH, we got 12, 16 and 1. I'm just copying this value and pasting it again at the end of the loop. We got the P also. VH equal to sum of VH. If I print VH, we got 55, which is nothing but the output we need. But we also need to traverse for this direction also, right? So for that I'm going to do something called, like I'm going to do the same process but with Y first and I second. This should be HV, and then this is HV. So if I just print HV, we got 3 element, which is nothing but 12, 16, 1. So for that I just need to repeat the HV, this statement again. So if I just print HV, we got 12, 26, 1 and 16. HV also equal to sum of HV. So we got 55 for this also. We just need to print the minimum value of these two, right? So I'm just have to print a min of HV and VH. At this time the both contain the same value, so it just print 55. This is because the both are in same row. But if we just change the input for this, we will get something different. Let me do that. Control C. Okay, here this already got nasty, so I'm going to make it in the code pad. R comma C equal to map of in comma in command input that split L equal to input dot lower dot split for in range of xs comma ys equal to map of in comma input xc comma y equal to map of in comma input and we need hv and vh, right? I comma j equal to xs comma ys while I not equal to xc what we have to update this vh, right? vh dot append of ord of l of inj minus ord of a plus 1. Wait a minute, guys, I have to copy something. For that I'm just okay. I have to copy this one. I plus equal to 1 if I smaller than xc or else it's minus 1, while j not equal to y, we just have to do the same operation with j and y. At last we have to do this, and then we have to repeat the same process for vh hv also with different order. hv, this j loop will be placed before I loop. That's the change we have to make. Finally we have to make vh equal to sum of vh and then hv equal to sum of hv and then print minimum of this vh comma hv. Hope that's it. This will work fine, I guess. So if I run this program with this input, we should get 75 as output, but we got list index out of range. This is because I have forgotten to use that lambda function. Lambda x is to int of x minus 1. The same should be repeated for here also. If I run this command, if I run this for this input, we will get 75, which is nothing but the required output. That's it guys, that's it for today's video. Here this is the code for your view. Okay, let me make this thing in a single page so you can get the proper view. Yeah, here's the code for your view guys. Hope this will it will crack all the given test cases. We'll see you soon with something else tomorrow.